This town dog and I'm back again. It's about the third start this morning. Kept getting gauges wrong and everything. I did a lot of repair to the panel this morning, and the repairs I made, I had a couple of things I moved trying to find something I lost, and I forgot to put them back. And when I come in to apply, had gauges overlapped each other and had to reset them right quick. I just got through doing that, and I done got an error before I realized it. So I reset them. I had this gauge overlapping that gauge and covered it up, so I didn't see it till I got to applying. It got to flickering, both of them flickering on off. I knew something wrong. I realized I had moved this because I dropped one on top of it, one under it. I couldn't find it. I had to move it. I forgot to put it back. Now, back to all that's out of the way. What we got here is I added the light bar, changed this a little bit, moved this down. This is added me a starter switch. I already had the fuel switch, but it's on the other side of the door. I added my trim indicators, added a pedal heat, and actually I added a prop heat, which I know this plane didn't have other stuff, but I wanted to, I'll put it in here. So if I get in bad weather, that might keep me from going down. Now, I added a sessional clock and temperature control, or temperature thermometer for outside temperature, and OME lights, the OMI lights for landing, outer marker, middle marker, inner, all that. Okay, that's got all that out of the way. We're through this now. What we want to do now is get, looks like we got some power on. What's that doing, light doing on? It shouldn't be on, but it is. And nothing I do about it. I'm not worried about it right now. Anyway, we got everything sitting here and we're ready to take a little flight. Now the flight we're going to take today is going to consist of a flight we had a couple 3 days ago. We did a little flight in the same plane. Let's show the plane a little bit. There's the plane we're in right there. We've done flew it before. Let's see. It's actually a travel air creation, but I don't know what the rules are, but this is the way I fly all my planes. But when I fly, tell me so, not just delete the plane. How about that? If they do, but let me alone, I'll do what I want to do. Anyway, here we are. And then I've got it set up my way and ready to fly. And what I'm going to do is we did a little flight to a place called Dedker Field. A few days ago, we came out of Sky Ranch and used a VOR out of Tyson, I believe, to get out, or at least flew a heading over to Tri-Cities VOR, picked up Tri-Cities VOR, and used it as a radial in, which I had set up radial out and had to reverse it, and used it as a radial in order to find the airport I was looking for. It was on a certain heading, certain distance away from the VOR from Tri-Cities, was about 20-something miles out from it. So I had to catch it outside of it, fly into it, across it, and find it. Now we're going to do roughly the same thing. They will be flying out to it, but the airport that I'm on now is called, find it here, Hensley Air Park is where I'm sitting. The airport is 04 TN, and I got a window here that don't belong. Get rid of that now. Okay. TN, and the altitude of the airport here is 1,430 feet, and that runway is 2,250 feet long. It's got runway 1836, what it's got. It's grass. Now we're going to go from Hensley back over to Dedker, which on Dedker we went over Tri-Cities VOR 11460, which we'll go ahead and get that right now. 11460, well, I've already set them out. I just started this flight once. I had the gauges messed up. It remembered it when I come back in. Alright. But anyway, that's Tri-Cities VOR, and we'll be flying using it. And we'll be using also the autopilot here. Let me get it up. And it's all turned off. Let's get back in the plane in a minute. Might as well start the plane. That's what I did last time. Turn this and this, move it up out of the way. Turn the fuel on. Set this back in. And of course, that mixture rich and fuel on. Now she should be ready to start. She's running. Now if we turn the radios on, the other thing's right there. There we go. We'll go ahead and turn the lights on while it's sitting there. I won't need that right tomorrow. I should turn it on to crank it. And I'm supposed to use it to climb out too, I think. Anyway, we've got that back to going now. We're running, and Like I say, this right here is the VOR we're going to be using. We'll be using it on a, we'll be connecting the, it's a radial for from Tri-Cities to Dedker. The radial is 234. So I see I've already got it set 234 there on the course. That's where we'll use it to come back into it. Now we're going to fly from here on a heading of 071. The reason I know that I started off on 45, it was too much, and I cut back, and then I had to restart the flight. But still set it where I set it after I seen I was changed. But, well, I guess I could go to 045, that's why then we'll do it all over again. Oops. Oh, yeah, I should go down. I left thinking 045, 45 degree angle across the compass would put me where I wanted to be, and it turned out it wasn't. But we're going to do it again and see what the difference was. And anyway, now, and the altitude, I'm going to try 3,000. I'll have to watch the mountains. As long as we stay out of the main mountains, I think that'd be good. And this, I believe the airport is east of us, actually, but if we fly east, we'll be wrong coming in, wrong runway, wrong this, and we won't be able to use the VOR to really tell much about it. It would show you in the line, but it puts you on top of crossways from here. We don't want to do that. I could probably fly to it without anything, but it's almost dead east of here. But if the weather got a little hazy and you couldn't see the ground, that would be another story too. So we're going to try it this way. Now let's get to the runway and see what we got. Everything seems to be up and running here all right. I got to switch down right here. What is this? I put it up on them. Now, let's move to the runway, get outside, see what you're doing. We'll move over this way. The runway's right over here somewhere. On this grass strip, it don't show up real plain. You have to really look for it. I don't know why this graphics show blotchy like that, but they do. Anyway, I got my settings set. They're not set real low though, but pretty good shape. They're not set all the way up either, because Flight Simulator won't handle it. Set it all the way up and it'll crash Simulator on what'll happen. Not right away, but it'll crash it after a few minutes or something. It's in high scenery areas. Now, here's our runway. Let me see, I got somebody to talk to me. Oh, she brought the phone. Yep. Now, let me get back going here again. I'll move to the runway here. Alright, we're about ready to take off here. Set it right there. Get into this right here. Now, in order to set that, let's just set it back this way. Slide the seat back a little bit here. And there we are. Now, this is the original cockpit here. I haven't been changed at all. It's totally original. It's a nice looking cockpit, but it won't do what I want to do. It don't have all the information. So we'll use it at this point, and we'll use the other. And I'll bring this up and we'll use it. And here we go. If we can put it in the air, get the nose down a little. So the nose goes down, she should be about ready to fly, even though the airport's at 1,300, 1,400 something feet, I think. Still, it should fly at that. Here we go. Nose up enough to get her in the air. I'm going to set the trim enough she'll fly. I'll fire herself. Right there, got it. Now I'm going to set the autopilot. And we're going to, instead of using this right here right now, I'm going to go heading on flying, that way it won't snatch the plane too much. Airspeed set. Now if we climb out, I'm going to set this a little higher. This is what that little plane does. I think it'll handle a little more than that though. We'll give it 800 and see what it does. So we get us up out of these mountains. Like I said, this right here, I'm going to break it around to show you what I've done before. I guess that 045 has been the right heading to get me where I wanted to be. But this right here will tell me that the VOR is on now. The VOR right there, 1416 is on. 60, 11460 is on. And the bar is actually moving now already, but that don't mean nothing at this point. But what it does come down to is this right here shows the airport is off to my left too much. Or it ain't on. It's on, but that looks plumb off now. Oh, I got 140. That's, I told you 45, and we're in 145. That's what's wrong. I meant to come around to 45, not 145. My mind's saying one thing, doing another. Here we go. This would be more like what I'm trying to tell you. I knew something was wrong when I saw that airport over there. Airport's the wrong place on me. But it was going to be to my right, and I want it to my left just a little. Unless I flew enough to get out and around it. I don't know what I've done. I want it. What little flight I just done. No, it's going to be, see now, it ain't far off. You see it to my right now? At this rate, you'll never get to the mark where you need to be. You'll always be wrong. You got to be inside the airport, crossing that line to get there. So I got to bring a green arrow. I need, since that old 060 look like we need about 065 probably, which should be pretty close to what we want. Let's try that right there. That should get us where we want to be, and we'll keep coming more as we get there. We'll bring this up to tell where we at. I see this here's got to be 20. Let me look at it again. It's got to be 22.6. This has got to be under 22.6 to get us there. So about 20 miles out, 19, 20 miles out. What this has got to be. So stay on this side. Let's go 5 more degrees, because I can stand 5 more easy enough. Right there, let's do the 070, and now we've got the VR on our left, so we'll have to pass it. We can't pass it without crossing this line. I don't want it to take over, so I'm going to leave it like that right there. I don't want it to start flying. If I get there too quick, I'd rather for it not to come on. I can always change my angle and go somewhere else. I don't think I'm going to get there too quick, but see, these numbers are going down. I'm moving toward the VOR. I've got to get this under 22. Got to be under 22.6, and that's, I want to be at least 2 or 3 miles out at least, so I'm going to turn it in and it'll have time to land. Go outside the plane, check the scenery around us, which is all it is, default scenery, nothing extra. This is not like I've been doing the last couple of days. I've been doing, it is, the weather's raining, it's bad weather today, but it's warm enough it's not going to freeze on us, so we don't have to worry about that. I said it on real world weather. Whether it's raining here or not, that's another story, but similar to it is, probably not. Actually, I was told it'd be raining here at my house at 10 o'clock. It hadn't rained on yet, and here it is after lunch, I think. It's 1:43. I should have been out working, still sitting here. Let me finish this flight right here. I'm just going to get a little quiet for a minute. My airplane sounds, I got to check something. I'm in a recording room, but there's nobody else in except Cap, and I ain't going to get in with him just right this moment. I had him talking to another fellow in one of my games, and they got a little out of hand. Not enough to hurt anything, but at the same time, my choice would have been over. I shouldn't have been in the room with them recording, especially without them actually knowing it. I told him during the time that I was recording, but it was after he done said that, and I forgot all about it. When I played it back, I caught it, but I went on and put it up. In fact, I had it put up before I played it back. Sometimes you cut these games, the sound moves on. I hadn't learned to put the sound back right, so on these that recorded with a soundtrack on the video track, I hadn't learned no way to change the sound at that point. If you put the soundtrack on a separate track, send it to YouTube, they'll drop the track. You won't even have no sound. So another story altogether. I've got it on a separate track, but I've got the first track recording both tracks. And I hadn't learned no way to get it to change. It may not be no way, but I'll have to figure it out as I go. But when I clip it, it's not always the clip that causes it. Last time it was, but it's not always the clip that causes it. But the sound will move either forward or backward about a second or two. And if you're doing a combat, it don't look right for the gun to fire. Wait a minute, and then you hear it. So I can't do that. And that's what it was, a combat game. So I couldn't cut it without losing that, and I didn't want to play it over, so I put it up like it was. Now we're going to keep flying here out this direction, and let's see what we got on our control. We don't have our gauges up. Let's get them up where you see. See that bar is getting a little closer to me. I'm getting closer to the line. I'm 21 miles now. I'm within the right range now of where I got to be. So I'd like to go a little further before I make contact though. So let's go back this way 5 more degrees. Back this way, not that way. Come on. That way we won't get there quite so quick. I want to go a little further. I want this to be, well, 19, 18, 19 miles, something like that. Then we're going to get into it and go back in. I'm going to slow this down to about 80 because we're going to be pretty close and we're well above the ground, look like. The airport we're going to, let's see what the altitude on it is. It was Dedker right there, and Dedker is 1,500 feet. So at 1,500 we can't get too much closer. We'll get down to 25, that'll leave us 1,000 feet clearance. I'll go out to 19, about 18 we're going to turn this thing around and head back in. I think if I click that button there, it may take over right now. Turn itself around. Slow down to 90. Let's make it 85. This plane should fly at about 60, 70 by itself. It don't have flaps, but it's a lightweight plane. It doesn't mount. 18. We're going to call it here. Let's see what it'll do. See, it took over already. It's going to turn itself around. I'm going to slow it to 80, and I hope it'll hold its altitude. It's turning toward that mountain. I just hope it don't get into it. Let's go back inside the plane here on this one. Then we got all of our controls still up. We don't need this one because we got one on the panel. Don't need this one because we got one on the panel. Don't need this one. That's the only thing we don't have on the panel right there that we might need, and we really don't need it because it's already set. Let's get rid of it too. Now, DME, we got one of these on the panel. There we go. We got everything on the panel we need to fly it. Make sure it's set right by the autopilot doing the control of the mixture. I mean, not the mixture, but the throttle. We're coming around and we're 18 miles out. And the airport's going to be pretty close to it when we come around here. We're only 2 or 3 miles off the airport at this point. Let's get something on to see what we had here. Outside the plane, I'll need something. Here we go, and the bar is trying to line right there. Let me bring this right here up because I want to get this set to take care of that if I need it. It might be that it'd be better to me to fly it than it to fly it if it don't want to do exactly what I want it to do. I want that right there. I'm going to go 3 degrees back that way. Now the airport is in front of us just a little ways out to make it 4 degrees back that way. That's the airport right there, I do believe. That's how you find it in the dark. We are 19 miles out. No, that's it right yonder. There it is right there. There's the airport right there on the angle to us. It's right there. We got it. That's our other airport's right over there. We could go back to it and land after we find this one. Now I'm going to go down. 2,000 gives us about 500 clearance. If he bumps a too high between here and there, that is. Got a few bumps out there. Could be a little high. Go back in here, and I'm gonna raise the seat up just a little bit. Look at right there. Where we at? I'll cut off that road just a little bit. Oh, I'm too close where I can't see it. In here, everything looks a lot closer. I've got to shut this down. Somewhere, we'll be able to shut this down. Let's throttle her off and go down. Get rid of this stuff here. Let's come off.
500.
Let's go in here. And a little manual throttle. Got windshield. Got rain on the windshield in here. I didn't know that. I thought this one didn't show that.
Approaching minimums.
Let's see if we can get this thing down in here. Throttle back some more. We're just too fast. Get this thing all the way down. Watch that tree. We could clip treetops, look like. We're still too fast though.
100.
Slow down some more. Watch out treetops.
50. 40. 40. 30. 20. 10.
I believe we're down. If we could stop before we leave the airport, that is. Not much brakes on this thing. Well, he's not gonna stop. There's not enough brakes. I gotta do something to those. Not near enough brakes. I thought I had more brakes than that. Something's. I'll tighten them brakes up here just a little bit because that was uncalled for. They should have been stopping better than that. I don't even have any brakes on it. This is a different plane from what I've been flying, but everything seems to be set on it except the brakes are loose. I'll take it on the next run. I'll fix it. We were off the airport a little bit, but I was down plenty of time. Looked like I wasn't that much too fast, but it just would not stop. See, I got the brakes that just keeps rolling. At this speed, she should almost instantly stop. She don't. Here we go. Well, anyway, let's go back to the other airport before we hit here. What we're going to do now is we're going to set up again for the return trip to the other one. It'll be almost exactly reverse of what we just done. And let's get everything set up. We're going to bring up the radio stack first, and we got the same radio, so we don't need that. We'll bring up the autopilot, and the course back into the other airport is going to be, I'm not sure about the runways, I think it'll be crossways, but let's fly around and get there. There ain't nothing to do about that. That's the only controller I got at this point that I know of. And the next airport, the runway heading is 244, which is not that much different. This is what I had on the report, wasn't it? That's into the other airport. And it'll be 30.7 miles out. So that's what we gotta have. Now we're ready to go again. Throttle up. I'm gonna raise this back to 3,000. This airport's 1,500 feet above sea level. Grass strip. Getting off of Dedker, going back to Hensley. Now we're in pretty good shape here. I want to make sure it'll fly on its own before I set the autopilot. Working on the trim right now. Hands off the joystick right there. It's got that. Out the heading we're going right there. And bring this here up to about 100 like I had a while ago just for flight. And there, now come across here. What we're going to do is bring these two back up like we had it. We're out enough this time. So all we got to do is get across, fly back across the bar. Fly north for now. Let's see where the airport's at. It's right there, and we're flying north. We're going this time at the opposite side of the other. We're going to cross back across the opposite side of the VOR this time. I'm going to set that right there because we're going to be right when we find it. And we've got to be not less than 30 miles out. So right here, so we've got 21. We should be good right where we're going. And this time, going back to the airport we came from. And now the runway on it, we'll have to come around to it because it's not going to be lined as good as that one was. But this is the way to find it. After you get there, finding the landing's another story. There's a bump right there. We managed to clear it. We didn't raise this up none. I need to raise this a few feet anyway, I think. We'll handle more than that. I said about 500, still 3 default. 8 maybe too much default, but 5 wouldn't be. Our bars are moving. Bars are moving. Let's fix to take over and fly the plane. This is the heading I want to go to the airport. If I didn't read it wrong. I've done all that check this morning to be sure where it was located. What you'd ordinarily do on a table on the map, I did it in the flight simulator on the map. I got over the top of the airport, paused at 6,000 feet across the center of the airport and read the gauge and wrote down the numbers. That's how I done it. But that's like going to the map, if you know what you're doing, and calculate it all out and put it on there. Of course, it could be wrong that way. The way I did it, it ain't gonna be wrong. Maybe if I mistype something, it might be on the way. She's getting ready to turn. Here she goes right here now. Slow back down to about 85 like I did a while ago. Or was it 75? I don't remember. Went to 85 once, it 75, I think. I'll even try 70. I think I was too fast when I go with the brakes. That was after I turned the autopilot off, throttled it to keep in air and overshot it a little bit. When I get out of the simulator, I will reset them brakes. I believe I can stand about double what I got. I'll look and see what they set on. It looks like they're on about a half a number, 0.50 or something. I know it's not supposed to have a lot of brakes, but it needs some. I'll check it after a while. This will get us by today. We drift off the airport and trying to land. As long as we find it's what I'm after, not how well I land it. Plane's slowing down. Back inside we can see what we're doing. Like I say, we don't need all the peripherals since we got everything on the panel. We'll go back outside in a minute and look for the airport though. We're 21 miles out. We're online now pretty well. A while ago I took this right here and moved it to the 244, or actually it wasn't that, but this time I got to move it to 244. As soon as I get 244, I look and I need to go a little bit to the right yet, so I add about two or three. Then I'll turn this back on. That'll put the plane online. Whoop, that ain't what I said. Did, but 2, not 3. That's stupid. Now, come back around here. I'll get right in a minute. 2. I done got offline now. May have to reline. We still got time to do that though, so we'll just do that. Turn it back on. That'll realign us. I mentioned that at 244. I said 344 or whatever it was. I want 244 on it. Now let's just come back around on its own. I don't want to be off that much, so let the plane realign itself. That's not bad right there, so we'll give it just a minute. I'm going to go 4 degrees to the left. Then I'm going to turn this back on the heading. Now we're working toward that. We're 21.9 miles out. We've got to be 30. Our distance 30.7. That's some of the airport. That may be right there in front of us too, but I'm not sure. But we're going to stay with it. If it is, we're offline. Probably some more airports out here too, though. 22. Altitude is holding. Yes. Let's get back down about 500 feet. Should be alright for now. There's something out there in front of us. Go back in here. And we're headed to the airport. As it is. Gotta be at 30.7, I see it. Every time I see it, I go back and look, make sure I'm reading and thinking right. That's what it says, 30.7. And we're at 23. 7.7 right now to the airport. That could be it right there in that stretched line in front of us. Get this thing down, we'll call this a round trip and put it up. Round trip in IFR. Well, we do have VFR conditions. It's raining, overcast, but we're flying on the clouds. We can see.
1,000.
Clouds are high enough not to bother us. But we're using IFR controls.
1,000.
Keeps holding 1,000. The ground is high enough that distance is exactly 1,000 feet. As long as it stays there, there's a bumper call out to you. .5. I think I see the airport beyond that spot we're looking at. I believe I see the airport possibly right, not here, but right there, just beyond it. And it don't look like too bad of a runway heading. From here, if that's what it is, 24.9, 25, 30.7, 5.7 more, 6 more. I think that's it, just beyond that patch of terrain there.
1,000.
We'll be getting prepared to go into it here in a minute. Back in the plane. I raised my seat a while ago. Back to default and raise it again to be sure that I don't raise it too much. Try that right there. Oh, I see a straight line dead in front of me. Is that? Maybe if that's the airport, the runway looks right. I didn't know that when I come in here. Well, that sure looks right from here. That's it. There it don't. It may not be at that. That's just not it. What I'm looking at there is a. Why am I looking so far that side? All right, let's shut this thing down and get onto there. Turn this off right there. Now, there's the airport. Like I said, it's Crowley. But I was looking at it, turn it. I think it's a. What they call a the airport there from me. I gotta try to come around in front of it. On one end or the other end probably easier, but let me get rid of this right here now. I don't really need it right at this point, but that shows that I'm within 2 miles of where I was headed, right 3 miles of where I was headed right there, and that's what I'm looking at there on that airport on the ground. If it's kept online, you've been in the center of the airport and you got there.
1,000. 1,000.
Keep coming down. Keep slowing down a little. I'm way too fast. Again, where I can see it, the corner of my windshield, I don't like to lose sight of it. I've already, there it is up there. I don't like where I'm headed. Go back out this way. Let's try this right here. Let's go over yonder about that other side of that little brown spot there to start back around. Move the trim a little bit. About where these two utility right-of-ways cross. That's what I was trying to think of a while ago. The power company right away. Like up at mountain I was looking at, it's still the runway. Through the windshield is lying to me. Now see if I can find this in here now. Where's the airport? Is that it? I'm too far. Still too close. A little further over.
Approaching minimums.
I don't want to get no lower. Come on back around there now. Give me the airport and my windshield. My airport and the windshield. Come on. Don't overfly it. Don't overfly it. And don't hit the ground. Where's it at? Do I fly around it? I think I flew around it. That blame airport. Too close?
100.
I'll do a go around. I'm too close. Let's fly toward that mountain right yonder, straight out. Get back up a little bit. Now I'm going to turn this right here around to the back. It ain't going to fly the plane. What it's going to do is tell me where I need to line up on when I come back around. The direction only. Nothing to do with being right or wrong. Now I'm going to turn 90 degrees this way. Staying pretty low if I can. 90 degrees to bring it around to straight across from me. Come on, back around here. feel like I've done turned 100 degrees and it's still showing I need another. I'm gonna call that good, even though it's not 90. That's another 20, 30 degrees. Let's come back around now. Now we're still not very far away. Let's get as low as I can.
Approaching minimums.
It says I better not get no lower.
Minimums.
Come all the way back around now. Now the bar will be not what we're looking for. I'm just gonna bring that diamond back to the top. That's what I gotta do. At that point, the airport should be getting in front of me. I was trying to turn around here just above the treetops. Just slow down a little more now. 80. Don't want to get much slower. Watch out, power lines. See right over the dead blame airport. No, that ain't there, but it's a power line. Come on back around here. We're like a little bit around here yet. Right
100.
Get yourself back up over the trees. I still ain't running up. This plane just don't turn very fast. You know it now. I should have an airport out here somewhere. So low I can't see it. Is that it in front of me? Or what? No, it's a power line again. It's got to be out here somewhere. Come back around too slow. That may be it right there. There it is, right there in front of me. Back inside the plane. Shut this throttle down because see, you're way high and then you're way low. The two windshields doesn't show the same altitude, but the plane
minimums.
affects to that same thing no matter what.
Minimums.
Microsoft had them trees that need to be shot.
100.
Yeah, watch out, trees. I gotta get out of the runway though. Coming too high, you're not gonna
50,
land.
40, 30, 20, 10, 10.
On the ground. See if I can stop this time. If it don't, it ain't my fault. I got down plenty of time, brakes are locked. Yeah, I believe we're gonna make it this time. I was a little hot a while ago. Still the brakes are not what I think they ought to be, but or not for me, they're not. So I'm still gonna tighten them a little, probably. As long as it don't turn a flip when you hold the brakes and throttle that you got it made. Or grab the brakes on landing and flip it. And even at that, you can hold off a little on what you actually do till it slows down a little. There's more ways than one to make that work, but that'd be cheating sure enough. I'm not going that route. Come on. Turn around there. Alright, right there. That's it for. Let's get back in the cockpit. Let's shut this thing down. We're going to start by putting this off, this off, this off. That'll shut him down. Pull this back out. That's it right there. Everything is off except a few lights. That's it. Now everything is down. Alright, that's Town Dog for today, and we're going to do another quick look around, and we're going to be getting out of here. I'm going to put this up, call it good, and this is a round trip. And we're going to be leaving it right there. This is a Town Dog, and I'm going bye-bye if this thing will quit. It won't quit by itself.